Geneva, and I'm waiting on my bus to Chamonix. So that's going on. All right, we made it to Chamonix. Bus is about an hour late, so we're gonna cut it real close to go get the gas lamp or the stove, so we can cook over the next 10 days, whatever it is. So Decathlon's open for about 20 more minutes, about a 10-minute walk, so it should work out fine. From there, I gotta find a campground for tonight, set up camp, and hit the road tomorrow. So today is day 1 of terminal leave. So barring something crazy happens, man, I am done with the Air Force. So it's a wild ride, 20 years, but I'm ready for part 2. So to give you a shot of what we can see so far. It's not bad, but hoping for better views tomorrow. Okay, so just got done with our first night. We're here in Charlemagne, and we got to take a bus to the start of the Mount Blanc tour, or trail, excuse me, it's still early. Which, from what I've read, is about a 10-minute bus ride, and then we'll be on our way. Last night was good. Bus here to Charlemagne was about an hour and a half late, so I got here just at 7 o'clock last night. Maybe 7:10, had to boogie over to Decathlon, and pick up some fuel for my cooking little deal, my jet boil, and picked up a couple other little hiker meals, got some water, had a beer, and then I came to camp. Camp was pretty cheap. I think it was about €11. However, I didn't have euro. I only had Swiss francs on me, which is pretty similar. I think it's like a 4-cent difference. And the guy had to call his daughter to get the conversion rate, and then he ended up saying it was 13 francs, which probably should have just been like 11.50 maybe, but I wasn't going to argue with him. Then he said he didn't have change, and finally we settled on €15 because he had a €5 bill, which is fine. I had to set up the tent in the rain, in the dark. It wasn't too bad. I'm glad I practiced prior to coming out here, and didn't sleep very well, but we were camped right next to a main road, so it was very loud pretty much until midnight, and then it seemed to settle down some. Campers coming in late, setting up, banging steaks and stuff, like super rude, but hey, guess I'll have to get used to that. So anyways, walking to the bus station now. Seems like there's a bus that runs every 20 minutes, but I'll give you guys an update. Okay, so it's Sunday morning, 9:30, officially on the Mount Blanc trail. We got about 17 kilometers today, and I'm excited. So far it's really cloudy up here, not very many good views, but I'll be sure to capture some views when we get them. So there's a group ahead of me, and there's one with a pink jacket, and they're going the same place that I am. I heard the tour guide or hiking guide or whatever you'll call it talk about where they're going. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'll just keep them in view. And I wasn't looking at my map, and because I'm an idiot, I just did 500 feet of ascent for no reason, because it was the wrong pink jacket. Reminds me of Washington, D.C., the man in the pink hat. Imagine having this as your backyard. This place is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so winding down the day. First leg of the Tour de Mont Blanc is just about done. Signs are sporadic and not very good. So anyways, I'm trying to get to De Pointe campground, where I'm going to set up for the night. Pretty cool day. Linked up with the French woman that was hiking, solo hiking as well. So we hiked most of the day together until we got into town, and then she's gonna do some shopping. I went and got a coffee and some fruit, and then went on my way. She's camping in the same place, so maybe I'll see her again. Definitely undertrained for this. There's come to find out a big difference between hiking with a, I don't know, 7-pound kit as opposed to, I don't know, a 35 pound kit. My calves are screaming. So it's going to be an interesting 9 more days. But the scenery was absolutely gorgeous today. And we're finishing the hike with following this river, which has been pretty nice to listen to and see. Overall, it's a great day, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'll check in when I set up the camp. Okay, so I'm doing this a little bit backwards today, but if you come in and camp at La Pointe, I don't know if I said that right, you're gonna hit this long road and it's going to take you to the road, and then you're going to hook a right and walk down maybe another 100 meters or so, and that's going to open up into the campground. But just to show you around, this is like a recreation area. There's all types of stuff to do. Driving range, little rope course, zip lines, bumper boats. There's a mini golf over here. So, and it keeps going. So you're gonna walk through the campground or through this recreation area before you get to the campground. So if you find yourself in this area, you are going the right way. It's a pretty good campground. They had a bar that was open at night, so you can get a beer. They also serve food. You could pre-order dinner and breakfast. I did not, but it looked pretty nice. I did have a beer last night and jumped on the Wi-Fi because my cell service isn't working. So the Wi-Fi was €1 extra. So I thought that was pretty reasonable. And got a coffee this morning and we're back on the road. So this will take you a little bit off the Mount Blanc trail, but not severely. It's about a 30-minute walk when you get into the town. I can't pronounce it, but I'll add a blurb as to what the name of the town is. But it's pretty much everybody's first stop when they're doing the Tour de Mont Blanc. So we'll check in later. Okay, quick update. I thought that this took us off trail like maybe half a mile or so, but it doesn't. As soon as you come out of that primary recreation area, you're right back on the Mont Blanc trail. So great stop for the should be on the downslope at this point, but it was a very hard day. Just vertical ascents after vertical ascent after vertical ascent. Has not been my favorite day of the two, but regardless, very hard day. We're hiking down to a town that has a pretty big campground. Should be about an hour and a half going downhill, thank God. I'm smoked, I'm tired, and I'm looking forward to eating a lot of food and sleep. Unfortunately, there's no shower facilities where we're at tonight. I guess there's a river. Maybe I'll bathe in there. I don't know. But today tested me, I'm not gonna lie. I was not a happy hiker, for lack of a better word. But I'll check with you guys when I get almost ate shit. Just now I almost ate shit. That was bad. Anytime I see it go to think about Adam Sandler and his skit, it cracks me up. cool rock formation. That's home for the night. Good morning. So, ending the trail yesterday, you come down this path and it drops you right at this restaurant. It's a restaurant, but it's also a refuge, so you can book to stay here. Looked pretty nice. Everybody spoke English, so it was easy. I just got a beer and I had some vegetable soup, which was pretty good. Besides that, I had like a hiker meal. Something warm just sounded good. Coming into the town, there's a little general store, which I was able to get some Wi-Fi, and I had a Coke. Man, it was good. I don't know. It was a really hard day, and something but a Coke. It's good, right? So anyways, get some Wi-Fi there. There's also a little pizza place. And then when you come into the campground, I'm not sure about the people in the RVs or the vans, but at least as for the campground, it's free to set up for the night. They do have a bathroom. It's got a stall for men, a stall for women, and a stall for handicap. So it's pretty busy and doesn't smell the best, but it's a bathroom nonetheless. This is the field over here that everybody camps in. This was full of tents last night. I'm probably one of the last people out this morning, but yeah, this whole field was full of tents. Not a bad view by any means. The van looks like they're gonna dump their waste. So yeah, it was a pretty good night. Slept well. Probably got about 8 hours of sleep. Best night I've had on trail so far as sleep goes. I was pretty exhausted. As for, there's also a little general store where you get the Wi-Fi. I forgot to mention, they do serve coffee, so I got a coffee this morning, and I got a baguette, had a little bit of that, and I'm going to pack the rest out for lunch. Can't remember the name of the town that I'm going to tonight, and I can't pronounce the name of the little town I'm in right now, but I'll drop something in here so you guys can check it out. Okay, so for those of you wondering how I get water out on the trail, that's one method. To be honest, the trail's been really good, and oftentimes there'll be a fountain with potable, whatever camp you're in. Drinking water, unfortunately, there was a public restroom over there, and I was gonna get some more water, but it was not potable or potable. So I used the Sawyer squeeze system. I think I could probably drink right from the stream, being that it's filtered down through the mountain, but I don't want to risk it, so I've been filtering. This area is called the Valley of the Glaciers. climb. Actually, you know what? It was nothing compared to yesterday. It was just steep enough to wear you out a bit, so you had to stop and take breaks. But compared to yesterday, I'll do that today twice. Best road ever. All right, good morning. We're on the start of day 4. The plan yesterday was go to the hobo campground, but I went too far. So I ended up staying in a Refuge for the night, which I was very thankful for. There was 2 right next to each other. The first one had no space, and then the second one did. If not, would have been about another hour 40 into Comair, I think is how you say the town, and it was already getting kind of late, maybe 6:30, closer to 7 possibly, so would have been a very long day. Yesterday was about 17 miles, and more up than I expected, because I did most of day 5 on my itinerary as well. So heading into Comair, I need to do laundry. Plan was to do laundry in the river or at the campgrounds, which I have been washing my clothes. It's just the fact that it doesn't dry because it gets too cold at night. So I have a sack full of wet and smelly clothes. Is what I have on now is the best that I have at this point. So today might be a Nero in Comair. Get some laundry done. Rehydrate. I feel a little dehydrated today, and yeah, that's it. That's all I got for a plan right now. Refugio was really nice. It was €60 for half board, so we got dinner with that, which was roast beef, mashed potatoes, and vegetables, and also some pasta. And then breakfast this morning was standard European breakfast. So it was toast and hard-boiled eggs, yogurt, things like that. But all in all, very well worth it. The combinations were nice. Got a hot shower, and I'm looking forward to this next leg. Good morning. So hiking out of Comayer, I think it's how you say it. Had a nice Nero yesterday. Like I said, good food, but I'm happy to be back on the trail. And headed up to Refuge. It's our first checkpoint today. Should be a pretty short day, only about 10 miles, so not too bad. The only bad part, so I woke up with, well, yesterday I started having a little bit of back pain, which unfortunately is common for me. I did get some Advil or something similar to that, so hopefully that kicks in. I did some stretching this morning. Unfortunately it hurt more, so we'll see. I'm just gonna pay attention to it, but I think I'm good to go. I'll check in with you guys later. That's Mount Blanc up there with the big glacier. A helicopter had just gone by. I'm wondering if they've got some type of rescue situation going on. Came right through this valley down towards the base of Mount Blanc. I haven't seen it for a couple of minutes, so hopefully everyone's okay. So you probably couldn't see down in that valley, but there's a helipad down there, so that kind of explains the helicopter, I guess. Good morning. The campground that I stayed at last night was about 6 kilometers off trail. And I was going to take the bus back to the trail, but it's completely full, day hikers and things like that. So instead we're walking 6.1 back to the trail from the campground. So little bonus this morning, I guess. Beautiful day. I'd say, I don't know, 65, 70 degrees, sun's out, but doing a bit of road walking, and there's been some pretty good tree cover. So the campground last night, tree or something like that, was absolutely horrible. There was a group of people, camped down below, and they had this huge tent set up, which probably should have been a warning sign, but they partied until at least, the last time I saw my watch was 12:30. I couldn't sleep because they were so friggin' loud, screaming and yelling and singing and clapping and whistling. I was actually really surprised that nobody from the campground came and told them to quiet down. Could hear people moaning, groaning around me, not super stoked about what was going on. A lot of the people there were like me, hiking, so wanted to get some good sleep, and that did not happen, so that was unfortunate. Yeah, I think once we get to the trail, I think it's 15 or 17 kilometers, excuse me, going up a hill, to the next point, and be setting up camp there. So I'll check in later. I can't recommend this hike enough. If you have the means and you're able, man, find your way out here and do it. The scenery is just mind-blowingly beautiful everywhere you go. I don't know if you can really see it, but there's a little cluster of buildings way down in the valley. That's where we started out today. Just hit a false summit. Hey, keep going. Oh well, let's go. This is so random. It's like there's nothing around. It's just, I think that might be a Refugio down there, I'm not sure, but I mean, nothing. And then cows.
L'ambition, il y en a qui ont de l'ambition ici. Ouais, putain, hein? Je fais l'heure du souffle, la toute vie gentille jeune, et je peux pas m'empêcher de encore espérer. Espérer que tu liras dans mes bras pour quelques heures, espérer que sentir tout près de bonheur. Comment oublier ces instants passés à s'aimer? Comment oublier mon cœur, ma beauté? Rappelle-toi, c'était bien moi, l'autre jour dans tes bras. Je l'ai vu pleurer, voyant sous un fardeau trop lourd. Je l'ai consolé. Je l'ai.
Ça c'est beau.
Ah, c'est Wembley, c'est Wembley.
Ça la vraie vie.
So coming out of that Refugio brings you across this little, I don't even know what it is, path of some sort. Filled with cow shit, smells. Anyways, you get across this little obstacle here, and there's a rope in the way, right here. This is some Home Alone shit. So, to navigate the obstacle, I touch right there. That's an electric fence. That thing shocked the shit out of me. No warning, no sign. But it woke me up, I'll tell you that much. Not a bad climb today, but still pretty tiring. Rained all night. Very hazy today. It's supposed to rain all day. Thankfully, it's only been a light drizzle. Besides that, it's been good. Bonjour. Keva. Very windy today. So we're on our way down today. Been hiking with Arletta for the last 2 days. She's from Poland, and it's been nice having company. Nice easy day for the most part, just like 17-18 kilometers, so about 10 miles a day, and yeah, we've just been hanging out. Good morning. We are leaving camp. The La Petite. You can see the structure right there. We were up to the top. There's a little building up there. That's where we stopped and had a coffee a couple hours ago. Now we're up here. Ça quoi. decided to stay up here on the mountain tonight, overlooking the little lake. Just gorgeous views. We got a waterfall right behind us. So we get some water, purify, cook dinner, and have some water to drink for tomorrow. Probably about 10 to 15 other people that are camping up here tonight. Even though it's posted as you're not supposed to. Kind of confusing because we hit the summit on another peak, I don't know, about an hour ago, and it said that you could bivouac but you could not camp, so I assumed you could stay for the night, just not set up camp. But then we get to the lake and it said no camping or bivouac, so I really don't know what the deal is, but there's a lot of people staying up here, and I mean, who's gonna come and say something anyways, so everything should be fine. There's a Refuge right above us. It was about an hour and 20 from where we are now to where we planned on pitching our tents for the night, which we're just gonna wild camp anyways next to a Refuge. Refugio. I keep saying refugees. Refugio. We're gonna wild camp next to a Refugio. And so anyways, this seems like a better option. Awesome views. I mean, how do you beat waking up to that? Probably be pretty cold tonight. Gonna hunker down for sure. But man, I think 100% worth it. So here's a little waterfall next to the campsite, and yeah, I'm just gonna get some water and make dinner. I meant to record when we were sitting up in the terrace having some coffee, but down there is Chamonix, where we started 10 days ago. So just a couple more hours and that's it. We will finish. I will finish. Tour du Mont Blanc is complete. Back where we started from in Chamonix, France. It was an incredible experience. 3 countries, 10 days, 105 trail miles, 35 blisters, some new friends, and an experience that I'll never forget. Absolutely beautiful. It's hard to put into words the last 10, 11 days. It was just everything I thought it would be. And I'm so glad that I was able to have this opportunity. And if anybody out there has this opportunity to go out there and do the Tour de Mont Blanc, I would highly recommend it. And if you like this video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you again. Bonjour.